friends. If you're new here, my name is Lish, and I am a full time buyer and seller of trading cards. But that's not what we're talking about today. Uh, Honestly, guys, I have recorded this intro like 4 or 5 times already. Why, I don't know. But the long and the short of it is, I finally got around to seeing the Marvels, and I want to talk about it. I have thoughts. I just feel like it was false advertising. You guys, I just knew that I was gonna love this movie. Like, the trailer was entertaining. I had two of my favorite characters in it, Monica Rambeau, Higher, Further, Farther. We loved that. She ends up getting her moniker in the movie. We didn't know that at the time, but and Miss Marvel, we again love her, binged the show. It was great. I don't know why I didn't assume that this movie was basically just Captain Marvel 2. Like, she obviously was the biggest one in the damn poster. She right smack dab in the middle. She Beyonce, right? I should have assumed, but I didn't. I thought that this was gonna I thought this was gonna be, you know, more more so about them, and it wasn't. I feel that they really just moved the movie. They used the movie to move along the incursions, because we're trying to get to Battle World, which I'm excited for that. But I just feel that they could have done more with Monica Rambeau than just explore her issues with Carol abandoning her. Like, I didn't care about that, and I didn't ask for that. They could have done more with Kamala than just at the end of it, she gets the bangles. And I guess, yeah, like, sticking to the source material, it is cool that she ends up like meeting Carol and da da da. Like, that's nice, but I feel like I wanted more from those two and their story, because I've been interested in those two and their story since the last two projects that we saw. And in my mind, it makes sense. These two characters are, newly introduced, not really Monica because we've seen her, but like, newly introduced as far as being powered up. It made sense in my head that, oh, okay, so we're gonna get more of their story, and that's not what we got. We just got Carol fucked up over in Captain Marvel by doing this, and now Hala's screwed, and this is the repercussions of that, and this is what the movie is about. And I don't know. I just feel like it was false advertising. The movie was good. Like, I'm sorry, I'm slandering it right now, talking about the movie was good. I did still enjoy the movie. I felt like, I mean, honestly, me personally, I would have watched it for Iman Vellani alone. So, like, I enjoyed her in the movie. So I thought the movie was good on the strength of that. But outside of like the choppy story, the choppy plot, the movie was a lot of fun. It was good. And I feel that we just aren't the target audience for it, based on like, I have watched a lot of breakdowns. I tend to do that when I'm debating on whether or not I want to spend money to go watch a movie. But it ended up going on Disney Plus. So I was like, oh, cool, I can watch it now. But um, I think that a lot of the people that I've seen break down these movies, with the exception of Eric Voss, because we love him, they've been very harsh on her character. And I just feel like, we're not the target audience. I feel that Miss Marvel is a character, and honestly the same thing with Lady Hawkeye. I feel that these characters are not for us. We are not the target audience at Disney right now. Disney is trying to bring in the next generation of little comic book nerds. That's who they're appealing to right now. So in that aspect, it does make, especially because they just finished the fucking 10-year saga. Like, y'all, we just had a 10-year fucking saga dedicate where we were the target audience. So I think people have to remember that we're not the target audience for projects like Miss Marvel, for projects like, I think, even the next Spider-Man that'll come out. Those The people that they're targeting is, our kids. And I think that a character like Miss Marvel is a perfect character to appeal to young kids. And it's also really fun, that her character is also a character that is such a Marvel fan inside of the Marvel universe. So I do think that that's worth thinking. I fucking hate Carol Danvers. I don't. Of course, we got to start off with Captain Marvel. If I'm being honest, you guys, I fucking hate Carol Danvers. Like, and it's not Brie Larson because I don't actually mind her as an actress. I genuinely just hate her portrayal of this character. I don't know why. But she is a little more tolerable in this movie. Like this movie centers around her character, which is one of my complaints, but we'll get to that later. Y'all, I went back and tried to find things that I like about Carol Danvers, and I really couldn't do it. I feel like I'm gonna have to name this video just reasons why I hate her. And the sad reality is that I don't have not man one. I really don't. I just don't like her.
Monica, you gotta fly.
No.
Black girl magic.
Higher, further, faster. My girl Monica Rambeau. I love that she ends up getting her moniker, and I also kind of love that in the end credit scene, she's reunited with her mom, even though it is a different universe's variant of her mom. It just makes my little heart happy. I feel like poor little Monica is just so giving. Like she was understanding to Wanda during WandaVision. She wasn't one of the ones that was really trying to hurt her. She understood the grief, she understood the loss. She's gone through her own grief and loss. Her poor mom died while she was blipped. Like, this woman has gone through a lot, and I really hope that there's some type of not like mother-daughter relationship, because I feel like that ship has sailed and it would be a little bit weird, depending on how Marvel did it. But I would love to have her be mentored by that variant of her mom. I just feel like it makes my little heart happy, and I'm glad that that's something that they did. My hope, sorry guys, I got distracted because there was a bird. My hope is that Monica eventually gets her own movie, or that she ends up being featured in the X-Men movie, which is what I think they're doing or setting up with that end credit scene. Or again, maybe that's just the snippet that we're gonna get, and then the next thing we get is gonna be Battle World. I don't know. But I would love to see more of how that relationship ends up playing out. I wish that there had been, I don't want to say better writing, but more for her character arc. I don't feel like this movie really did too much for Monica aside from address her abandonment issues with Carol, which I didn't really care about to begin with. So for me, that wasn't enough. Moving on.
The Avengers were trying to save the world, but if we're being honest here, they were losing badly.
Finally, we have our little star. I absolutely love Iman Vellani. I think that she is just an incredible actress. I love her portrayal of Miss Marvel. I eat it up every time I see her on screen. I love her. One, I just think that because she is a Marvel fan in real life, I don't think they could have picked a better actress to play Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan is basically your mega fan that lives inside of the Marvel universe. So she loves them, has seen them, knows their stories, all of that, but she gets powered up. And well, actually, she's technically our first mutant of the MCU, but I just love her character. I think that it's such a fun role to have. When I found out that Kamala Khan was actually going to get a show, I was so excited. Obviously, I have a deep appreciation for a lot of different Marvel characters, but Kamala Khan is one that is near and dear because I just feel like any true Marvel fan can relate. Who would not go batshit crazy at the opportunity of just being inserted into the MCU? Side note, guys, in case you're wondering why I love her so much, I just feel like the character Kamala Khan is basically every Marvel nerd's dream, like she's someone who lives in the MCU and ends up getting powers and is able to basically meet all of her damn idols. And I feel like that's a cool thing. And then here you have Iman Vellani, the actress who plays Kamala Khan, and she real life is a Marvel nerd. Like I've seen a couple of her interviews, and she carries around a notebook with little ideas and questions. I don't know if it's been released yet, but I do know that she's a part of the writing of the next Miss Marvel series. So, I think that because she is already a fan, she's so believable in the role. Our antagonist, we have what's that chick's name with the Cosme rod? Okay, I'll edit it in later, but I'm blanking on. So Darbin, I have thoughts. I don't know if it was the writing or the acting, but I just felt like she was dry. She was a little bit dry to me. I don't know. I'm not mad at her. I do still stand by. I wish it was a different plot because I just wasn't invested. I didn't care. I don't know who asked for that. So, but I felt like she was entertaining enough that I was engaged throughout the entire movie. But for a Marvel villain, and especially for a female Marvel villain, I was a little unimpressed. It felt a little lackluster. I was wanting some hella energy, and sis felt more bored than anything else. And again, I don't know if it was the writing or the acting, but that was a complaint for me with Darvin. Now I will say I know that I've been a little bit harsh between Carol Danvers and Darvin. I'm sorry, y'all, but I say I said all of that and included it all in the video because I feel like because yet and still I still enjoy the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna go watch it again with my girlfriend actually, but it just I don't know. I just there was some areas where I was woefully unimpressed, but I also feel that was compensated by the fact that it was still the areas that were good were good. When the movie was good, it was great. But when it wasn't, it really wasn't. Overall, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Now, as far as like, is it required watching? I think it's too early to tell, I don't want to say it was a bad movie though, and I still don't think I would call it a bad movie. I feel like people were very harsh and have been very harsh on Marvel. And granted, I do agree with a lot of the stances. Marvel has pandered. They've been slacking on the storytelling, and they've bitten off more than they can chew. But I also think a lot of that's being rectified. And I also think there's a lot that kind of went on that was beyond their control that we have to take into consideration too. Like, y'all, there was a whole ass pandemic, there was a whole ass writer's strike. They lost their main lead, Jonathan Majors, which that was a choice. But whatever, they now they're having to rework whatever they were intending for Kang, even though the obvious thing to do would just be to transition it to Doom. But whatever. But yeah, I thought the movie was worth watching. It was pretty good. Again, it's not we're not the target audience for it. I think the age group that it was geared for will love this movie. It's a great family friendly Marvel movie. And I'm still curious to see what they're gonna end up doing. I know I'm confident that we're basically leading into Battle World and then a remake of the universe. So I feel that we all kind of know what the end product is, but I'm curious to see, and I'm excited to see how they end up getting there. I'm looking forward to seeing more Monica Rambeau. Really, really hoping that they end up putting her in an X-Men movie, or giving her own movie. I would love that. Also, really looking forward to seeing what else happens with Kamala Khan. I would love to have her and Spider-Man link up. her and Peter Parker, I just feel like would be hilarious. Their banter would be top tier, especially because they're both just such great actors that I would love the combo. So, are you guys excited for the next phase of Marvel and what we've seen so far? I personally am. Like I said earlier, when it comes to Marvel, I'm gonna watch it. I just am every single time. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have to make a poll because I'm so curious at this point. Do you guys like Captain Marvel? Am I just a hater? If you're a Captain Marvel fan, leave me a comment. The movie? Did you not see the movie? Are you planning on seeing the movie? Do you think the MCU is dead? Let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you think I'm funny, you should subscribe to me. And thanks for watching, guys.